Hey y'all, my name is Sarah and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a collaboration with my friend Valerie over at The Harget Life. I will have her video linked down below, so be sure to go check that out for some additional yummy recipes and let her know that I sent you in her comments as well. If you're coming over from Valerie's channel, I'm so glad you're here. I post a lot of dinner ideas and I prefer simple recipes, so if that's something you love too, please hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get to it. First, I'm going to be making some white bean and spinach quesadillas for y'all. It is from the Budget Bites blog. I will have all the recipes that I make in this video linked down below. And first, you're going to chop up your spinach. I believe it was 4 cups of it, but like I said, I'll have everything linked down below. And then you're going to rinse your 2 cans of cannellini beans. And once they are all rinsed off, you're going to put in your spice mixture, which is chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, and salt. You're going to put all that and mix it together really well. And this just happens to be a meatless meal, which we like to do every now and then, but I have done this before with chicken instead of the white beans, and we love that just as much. And now you're just going to mix your spinach into the beans, your sour cream, and a pepper jack cheese. And at this point, that is it. You're going to just stir everything together. And I think it says like 6 or 8 soft taco like tortillas. I can't remember how many I had, but I had a little bit of the filling left over. So, you know, you just play with it. Use however many you need to use up all of the filling, but you're just going to brown them in a pan of butter on each side, and I'm telling you, that is it. I served this with just some tortilla chips and salsa. I really love how easily these come together. To me, it's just so satisfying just to kind of close it and press, and it's just staying together because of all of the creaminess of the sour cream and everything. But like I said, here it is, and you're just going to brown them up, and obviously you're going to see I made it way harder than it needed to be to flip these. I don't know why, but the rest of them were not quite as bad. And also make sure you mix the stuff up really well. And I was going to say to make sure all the beans are kind of like incorporated with the sour cream. But, you know, just do the best you can. Some are going to fall out. It's just inevitable. And like I said, I just cut them in half and served it with some chips and salsa. This is our favorite salsa from Walmart. If you've never had it, it is amazing. And this night I had some shredded chicken to use up, so I decided to make some chicken gnocchi soup, the Olive Garden copycat. You're going to start by dicing up 1 stalk of celery, half of an onion, and shredding 1 carrot. And then to my Dutch oven, I have just poured in a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to cook them for about 5 minutes or so, just to kind of get them a little bit soft. And probably about 3 minutes into cooking these, you're going to put in your minced garlic. And now once they have sauteed for about 5 minutes, I'm going to add in my chicken broth, also my spice mixture, which is just thyme, like the leaf thyme, not the ground, salt and pepper. And also at this point, if you don't have chicken already cooked, preferably just a raw chicken breast, you're gonna throw that in here. But like I said, I had this chicken to use up, so I went ahead and just put it in to kind of warm it back up. So 1 chicken breast here, raw or shredded chicken, your spices, your gnocchi, and then you're going to bring it up to a boil and then put the lid on it, turn it down to a simmer, and let it cook for about 10 minutes. And once you are finished letting it simmer, you're going to put in your chopped spinach and your 2 cups of half and half and just stir it up. You're just waiting for that spinach to wilt. I would recommend putting the spinach in first because obviously the half and half, unless you warm it up, is going to cool the soup down just a little bit. And that's it. You just kind of let it warm up a little bit and serve it. And I put a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese on top. It'd be really good with like some crusty bread or breadsticks or something as well. But this was a nice way to use up some shredded chicken, or if you've got some carrots and spinach and celery, that's going bad in your fridge, I highly recommend it. Now I'm going to be making one of my family's favorite pastas. It is the Crockpot version of that TikTok Feta pasta that has been going around. First, you're going to throw in your container of grape or cherry tomatoes into your Crockpot, a block of Feta cheese, a block of cream cheese, and then you're going to put in your a quarter of a cup of olive oil, as well as 6 garlic cloves, your salt and pepper, oregano, thyme, and pepper flakes. And that is it for now. You're just going to cover that and cook it on low for 6 hours. And when I am about ready to serve this, and my sauces are almost done, I am just cutting up some zucchini and getting them ready to cook in my cast iron skillet. I just have some butter melting in there, and I'm going to throw those in. It's probably about medium low. No, yeah, probably right under medium low. Not too hot, because you know how cast iron is. It gets hot so fast. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with some Slappy Mama seasoning and just cook this until it is done. And now my sauce is ready. You're going to take the lid off and everything, which you'll see I'm using my mixing chopper, and it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not like obviously hard or anything. Everything's pretty much falling apart, but make sure you're breaking up all the garlic and everything. And I also at this point have my rotini boiling, and my zucchini is going over there, as you can see, looking so good. I love zucchini like that. And anyways, once the rotini is done, you're just going to pour that into your crock pot, give it a really good stir, and it's ready to go. If you've never had this, I don't even really like Feta that much, but this is so good. It's like a little bit tangy. The acidity of the tomatoes and plus the cream cheese just gives it this extra layer of creaminess, and also the garlic. If you love garlic, it's just the flavors, all of them together are just so good. And now I'm going to use up these chicken legs that I had in my freezer. I actually have more to use up as well. I don't know about y'all, but our Kroger around here has these on sale quite often. I usually buy a couple packages and vacuum seal it and throw them in my freezer, but I'm trying a new recipe tonight with the air fryer, and I'm just coating my chicken legs with some olive oil and then my spice mixture, which is paprika, Italian seasoning, brown sugar, salt, and pepper, and just make sure everything's coated really well. And I also currently have my air fryer preheating, and I will link this down below because I'm using the temperature probe on mine, so it's not really an exact temperature and time. So I will link the original recipe for this down below so you'll know how long to cook it. And just as a really easy side, I'm just warming up some green beans in the microwave. I threw some butter on there and some of this Pioneer Woman anything goes seasoning. It is really good. It is my now go-to for green beans. It gives it really good flavor. And I'm also boiling some noodles, some elbow noodles for some macaroni and cheese, and I'm just using the Velveeta packets. I thought these turned out really well. I love cooking pretty much any meat in the air fryer. If you haven't done it, they were really good. Like I said, any meat. And I made too much macaroni and cheese. We ate some more the next day. If too much with 3 kids is a thing, I doubt it. But everybody enjoyed this dinner, and it was so simple and so quick. This has been a recipe I've been making for years, and it was actually my first recipe I made from the Budget Bites blog that I told you about. The first recipe I made. I really love her stuff. This is a penne with spinach and tomatoes. I am warming up some olive oil, and I have my garlic in there, and I'm just going to cook it until it is fragrant. Put in my tomato paste and water and stir that really well. Also, I am doubling the recipe, so of course I will have the original recipe linked down below. And once your tomato paste is really good incorporated, you're going to put in your spice mixture and your cream cheese. The spices are oregano, onion powder, basil, pepper flakes, and salt and pepper. And you're just going to stir it really well and try to get that cream cheese to melt. And while you're doing that, you're also going to put in your Parmesan cheese, 2 cans, or 1 if you're not doubling it, of fire roasted tomatoes, and stir that around really well. And now you're just going to throw in your spinach and stir it around until it wilts. And obviously I'm draining my penne right now, and you're going to mix that around. This pan was almost too small for it. And if you like spice, I always put a little bit more of the crushed red pepper flakes on mine because I really like the way the heat is with this dish. It's like creamy, and I don't know, the tomatoes fire roasted. It's hard to describe it, but I really like this, and the little bites of the red pepper flakes for me just make it. I also had some Little Caesars crazy bread that I had from the day before, so I just served that with this, and it was the perfect cozy dinner. This was actually a night that we had a little bit of an ice storm here, so it was awesome. I was cooking while everybody was outside, or everybody, as in my family, was outside playing in it, and they came in and got to enjoy this goodness. And now I'm going to make some Mississippi roast sandwiches. I just randomly had the idea. I had this roast in my freezer from not too long ago, like a week maybe. And I also picked these little brioche buns up the same day and had them in the freezer. So just trying to use it all up. And that's actually a pretty small roast, by the way. So double that size. If you like a bigger one, makes a lot more. But anyway, I have my roast in my crock pot and poured in as you saw, almost a whole jar of pepperoncinis and the sauce. We really like it. Or not sauce, but juice. I'm putting in a packet of au jus gravy, 3 tablespoons or 1 packet of ranch seasoning, almost a stick of butter. I don't know, you can put whatever you want. Some people put less. I probably could have put less. And then I covered it and cooked it on low for 8 hours. And once it was done, it was just falling off the bone. I'm so sad that I accidentally, I guess, didn't record the footage of me plating this. So this is it. And you'll see the final. I just made some pasta salad and some chips with it. And that was dinner. I appreciate everyone watching my video. And I will see y'all next week.